This is Carl from National RV Detroit, and I'm going to show you through your XLR Boost, Micro Boost, model 27LR LE. Okay, we're on the door side of the trailer. Right now, we'll go to the rear. So you have crank down stabilizer jacks. It takes a 3/4 inch crank or a 3/4 inch socket to crank them up and down. You don't lift the trailer with them, you just take the shake out of it. You've got a tie off here for bicycles or a dog or whatever you want to tie off there. This back door has a traditional step on it. It folds out like that. You can see into the garage. Okay. You have outside speakers. That's the vent for your furnace. This is antenna out and power and a mounting bracket if you want to hang a TV out here. This is the vent for your range hood. If you're going to use the range hood, you pull this loose so this baffle flaps freely. Otherwise you keep it shut, like so. Okay. So the only time you really want to open that is when you're going to use the range hood. Okay, so that is going to be, let me look through here. I think that's for an LP line. I guess I should know this, huh? Let me make sure I know what I'm telling you before I tell you. Okay, yeah. So this, you can manually crank the slide out. If it happens to fail, you can always get yourself out of trouble. And that's how you do it. You're going to go through there, and there's a nut in there that on the end of a shaft. It'll take you about 1,000 cranks, but it will crank it out or in. Your low point drains, which has to do with winterizing and de-winterizing, lowest point of your plumbing. Okay, all right. This is your water heater. It's a Suburban water heater. It's both gas and electric, either or. Right now the plug is out, so it's empty, if you can see right there. This is the plug and the anode rod that sacrifices itself so that minerals do not attack the lining of your water heater. To turn this on and off is a switch here. This turns on and off the heating element, which is behind this cover here. Always make sure that there is water in the water tank before you turn it on either gas or electric. Now the switch to operate the electric is inside. I'll show you that when I get in there. To operate the gas is inside. That's the electric switch in the lower left-hand corner. Okay. All right. And this here is a quick connect for an LP line. If you want to put a grill out here or a griddle or whatever you want to use, you can hook it up right there. Okay, now I notice one thing. When you put the awning out, you have to have the door sticking out at 90 degrees so it doesn't get hit by the awning arm. Always keep that in mind. It's pretty typical. This is your pass-through storage. Okay, and a spare tire. Over there is your crank, if you can see it, that I told you about. It works on both the slide room and the stabilizer jacks. That's a dump hose, and this is an adapter to adapt your 30 amp plug down to a 15 amp if you want to plug it in at home. Just remember, your 15 amp system can't handle the air conditioner because it draws too many amps. So if you plug it in at home, you really can't run the air conditioner. You can run everything else, but it'll pop a circuit breaker eventually if you run the air conditioner plugged in to your 15 amp at home. Okay, deep cycle marine battery, 2 20-pound tanks. This is a automatic changeover regulator for the LP. It'll draw this tank down and then the off door side tank second, door side, then off door side, and then back again. This is not a selector. This is just a gauge. So you point the indicator at the tank you want to check, and if it's green, there's gas in the tank. If it turns red, there's not. Okay. To override your power tongue jack, you can pull this plug out of the top, and there's a crank. Here, let me show you. There's a crank right here. This one right here that you could put down in there and crank it manually if you have to. Okay. Your power tongue jack, up and down, and it's got a little hitch light on it. Okay. All right, so here we are at the water connections. Okay, there's two ways you can get water to the trailer. The most common is the city water connection, which is right there. You're just going to put the hose on there, screw it on, turn it on, and you're pressurized, ready to go. Now, if you go to an older state park, for example, that has a fill station when you first go into the park, but it does not have plumbing on the campsites, there is an onboard fresh water tank in this trailer. So if you put the hose here, it'll fill your fresh water tank for you. So the idea is you can always camp, even if you don't have city water. You can always have the toilet and the shower and the sink and everything. You just have to turn on the water pump that's inside in order to pressurize it. I'll show you that when we get inside. But it's 9 times out of 10 you'll be using city water, but this does come in handy because some of the best campgrounds are the older state parks, so you'll be able to use it there no problem. This is just coax cable through, cable and satellite through. Now this is the black tank flush. So let me walk down here to the dump valves. Okay. All right, so here we are. You're going to put your hose onto here. Let me see if you can see that down here. And then the other end goes in the dump station. Then you're going to dump the black tank first, right? And then you're going to dump the gray tank second. The black tank holds toilet water and waste. The gray tank holds sink and shower water. So the gray water is dirty, but it's cleaner than the black water. That's why you dump the black water first and then sort of wash out the hose with the gray. All right. After you've done that, you can come back up here, back towards the front here, to where I told you there was a black tank flush. You can hook up the hose at the dump station. It's just a garden hose. You put it on there and turn it on, and it'll basically spray the inside of your black tank, so it cleans it out even better. And also it'll clean the sensors off so you get a good accurate reading on your monitor panel. The thing is, like it says here, always make sure your black tank valve is open before you turn the water on, because it'll build up too much pressure if you don't. So keep that in mind. All right. This is your cord. It's 25 feet and 30 amp. And I showed you there was an adapter for it. Okay. This at the very top, this housing is for a backup camera. If you get one, it has to fit in that housing. It's made by Furrion, so it will fit right in there and plug in there. We do sell them if you're interested. You can talk to our parts people. When you turn your running lights on your tow vehicle, it'll light up the camera and you can back up using it or keep it on while you travel down the road, whatever. Also, while we're looking up at the roof, you have to inspect the roof of this trailer and every other trailer ever built. So you figure 3 times a year, in the spring and in the fall, you're going to go up on the roof, and once in the middle of the summer, you're going to go up there and you're going to walk around and inspect all the seals to make sure they're good and tight. There's no cracking or separation starting. One of these years when you're up there, you're going to see something start to separate, and you'll get that taken care of or do it yourself. Either way, it's got to be taken care of. So you have to inspect the roof of every trailer. This one included. So make sure you go up there 3 times a year and look around to make sure everything's okay. You're just protecting your investment. You do that and deal with it. It'll always be dry inside, okay? All right, so let's go inside. These steps here will fold right into the trailer, as you can see. Keep in mind that it likes to throw the dirt and water into the trailer, so you want to sort of bring it up halfway and shake it off or wipe them off to get them so less dirt comes inside your trailer. Okay, so first extend the awning. It's this button right here. I told you have to have the door at a 90-degree angle. It's important to remember that. And you can just extend it. So you can see it going out here. Okay, so that's all there is to it. It just goes out, and you'll roll it out until the awning tube is visible, and then you know you're out all the way. Never leave it out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, you roll it in, because wind comes up quick and a lot of pressure builds up underneath, and it can damage it very quickly. The slide room out, so we're just going to look to make sure there's nothing in the way, which there's not, and we'll just start sending it out like so. You're just going to go out till it starts ratcheting, basically. You'll hear it. That's when you know to take your finger off the button. Right there. So we're out. Now you can pull the poles out of this table, drop it down onto these cleats here, and use the back cushions to fill in the space, and this turns into another bed. Okay. You have your master bed up here with an escape window. You just pull that lever forward and push it through the hole in the frame, and then you grab that knob and pull the screen out. It's just held in with clips, and you can escape if there's an emergency. All right. You've got this is the first time I've seen this sticker before. It's a large one, but it has basic rules of conduct, it looks like. So, okay, let me turn these lights on. You also have a light for your it's on the awning arms. You got a light on your awning arms. Okay. All right, the microwave works like any other microwave. This is your vent, range hood vent, fan and light. We spoke about that. This is your range. You spark it to light it, so we'll just turn it on, and we'll turn this clockwise, the lights. Okay, let me do it again, and I'll back up a little bit so you can see it. So you're going to turn this on to high, and then just spark it like that. You turn it clockwise into light. Okay? Now the oven, this also has a light here, by the way. The oven has, let me see here, it has a sparker in it. So what you do, sometimes you have to use a lighter on these. This one has a sparker, which is good. So you go to the oven knob, you go to the flame, the pilot light. You depress it. You have to depress it right there. You hold it in, you keep it depressed. Then you're going to turn the sparker until the pilot light back there lights. Once it lights, you hold this for another 10 or 15 seconds and then let it go. Then you're going to go to your operating temperature. It'll cycle on and off like a regular oven, but when you turn the oven off, the flame goes out obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay? While we're down here, this is your power converter. It converts AC to DC power. So you got AC fuses on this side for your, like your air conditioner and your microwave, things that have to be AC power. And then the rest is converted to 12 volt DC. You got regular automotive style fuses. If they actually blow, you'll be able to see them light up through this perforation. There's also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery needs up front. And if it's charged, it'll trickle a couple amps. If it's low, it'll send as many amps as it needs to keep it charged. All right, this is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like that. It'll detect a propane leak or buildup of carbon monoxide. It's very important, so if it's not green like that, you want to get it serviced. It's very important. Okay. So this is a Norcold Refrigerator. It's basically automatic. You're just gonna, I think this one you have to hold for a second. Hold on. There we go. So you have to hold on the button for a few seconds. But basically, it'll be automatic, so it runs on electricity. But if you let me make sure I know what I'm giving you the correct information here. Hold on. I don't want to give you bad information, and I'm about to do it if I don't be careful. Yeah. So this actually has a compressor in it. So it's a regular refrigerator, and it runs on 12 volts. So your tow vehicle will keep it charged or keep it running when you're pulling it down the road. And then when you plug in at the campsite, your power converter will keep it running. So you'll always have cool food and beverages. All right. So this Gfci, all the plugs in the trailer are wired through this one, even the one on the outside. So if you're using a coffee pot outside and it pops, you're going to reset it here. Sink works like any other sink. Shower works like any other shower. You have a vent with a motor on it, a fan, which you want to run with the shower. Also, your toilet, let me see where the pedal is here. You can see the pedal operated is right here. It's going to be hard to film this. Let me switch hands here. Or record this. I guess you don't film anymore, do you? Alright, so when you stand on it, it opens the trap. Right below it is the black tank. Okay? You can't use this dry, so when you first get to the campground, you hook up your water, you hook up your electricity, you'll come in here, you'll throw your toilet chemical in here, whichever brand you're using, and then you'll step on the pedal, water will swirl out, and you'll put about a gallon or two in there. There's no way to tell what a gallon or two is by the monitor panel. You'll just have to get used to it, and you know that the bottom line is you can't use it dry, so you have to have chemical and a little bit of water in it when you first start to use it, okay? When you take your foot off of it, it'll only fill about up to here with water. So there's a spot here where I can, let me see if I can show you both. I can push the pedal down and the trap doesn't open. When I do that, it turns on the water. So you can fill this up as high as you want before you use it. But you're just going to have to do that each time before you use it, because most people would rather have more water in it for obvious reasons. Okay? Going back to the garage. Alright, you got vents, of course. This is telling you it's pre-wired for solar. It means it has connections on the roof. Let me find a switch here. You got another TV, place to mount a TV here. I guess we just have to work each one of these lights will have a button. Oh, I spoke too quickly. Oh, here we are, over here. Okay, so here's the switches. But either way, you still have a button here so you can turn them on and off individually, okay? So this table, you can obviously fold it, move it out of the way. You can collapse the back, roll it over to fill in the space, or you can put them up into the stove position, okay? The back door comes down and you pull the fence out over it, and you can set up the patio with the fence around it. You can lower it down even lower by removing those clips right there on the end of the cable, so you can use it as a ramp to bring a four-wheeler or some dirt bikes in or whatever you want to bring in, and it has tie-offs on the floor, so that makes it real easy. You can refer, this is more, some of these are MORryde, some of them are made by Lippert, like this is a MORryde system, so you can go to their websites and they'll give you detailed instruction videos and exactly how it works, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You just drop it down and pull the gate out. That's all there is to it, okay? Alright. So, I'm sure you have more questions, but because of the virus we have to do it this way. So you can always call us and we can talk you through things. You can refer to manufacturers' videos online, which is a great way. Also, each appliance in here will have its own manual, so you can look at that. Between the different sources and calling us, you can always work through the problem and we'll get you taken care of, okay? Always use online videos if you can, and try to stick with the manufacturer videos instead of the third-party videos. That's important, okay? Okay, well, thanks a lot for buying your trailer from National RV Detroit, and goodbye. Hold on, I'm not going to hang up yet. Hang up. I don't think there's a video term here, so let me walk over here. I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. I just realized. This is your monitor panel here. To turn on your water heater on gas, you're going to go like that, okay? To turn on your pump, to pump your own water, you just turn that on there, right? To check your battery, which is charged, you can see fresh water is empty, but it graduates up in 1/3 increments as it fills. Same with your black tank, which we're going to have to dump because they left water in it when they water tested it. I could see it when I looked down through the toilet to the black tank. I'll do that in a minute. And same with the gray water. The reason they did that because we flood test it. We fill them all the way up in at different levels to make sure the sensors are working and make sure that it's holding water without any leaking. So that'll all be taken care of, plus your trailer will be cleaned up also. So you'll be all set when you get here. I think I've covered everything now. Let me see here. See, I didn't. Boy, I'm way ahead of myself today. I'm sorry. This is your fireplace. It works on 110 AC. Got to be plugged in to use it. You're going to turn it on here, which you can't right now because we're not plugged in. But you turn it on. You can set a timer here. You can set the color of the flame, intensity of the flame here. And you can set the fan speed and thermostat there. So it's a good space heater, and it does a really good job of taking the chill out of the air. I just want to show you this particular trailer, because it's a 30 amp trailer. You can't use the air conditioner and the fireplace at the same time. Normally you wouldn't want to anyway, because one's for cold weather and one's for warm weather, but it's just, you have to select which one you're going to use. Right now it's for AC. I think this, I can do it here because maybe I am plugged in. I didn't. Oh yeah. So right now it's showing H, which is high. It'll go to low speed. That's the fan speed. Let me see if you can see this here. Let me see here. There's the different flames. High, low, and off. Okay, that's better. Okay, TV mounting bracket. This is your signal booster for your digital antenna. So you would plug your TV or hook your TV onto this coax and turn it on. Always want it on to get a good picture from the antenna. This is your radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly. You can stream on this USB right here. It's got 2 zones, 1 inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. This is an HDMI in, so you could set one of those Blu-ray player / game machine consoles right there and plug straight into it this way if you choose to. So you've got a lot of options for camping. Those stickers I know look pretty cheesy there. I keep looking at it. It looks like a grade school project there. I'm sorry about that, but that's how they put them out at the factory. Okay, and last but not least, well, I wasn't even close to being done. Here's your thermostat. So it's off. Auto is the fan running without the compressor for the air conditioner. That's the air conditioner running, and that's the furnace running. There's a lag time for everything. So we'll just wait here. It'll eventually kick on. There it goes right there. So keep in mind, when you're turning things on and off, your air conditioner or your furnace, there's going to be a lag time. When they first started shipping these, I thought it wasn't working because I couldn't get anything to turn on, but you just have to be patient. So one more time, we'll shut it off. When I shut it off, the flame will go out immediately on the furnace, but it'll cycle through for another minute or 2 to purge itself. And when I said fan, the fan is just the fan in the air conditioner running without the compressor. Just circulates air, and then you push it one more time and you've got air conditioner. You always want to be on auto. That's very important. You can switch, but you always want it on auto, okay? It works much better that way, so I'll turn it back to off. Okay. Boy. I think I've actually done my job now. I don't have to, I tried to rush away there thinking I was done, but I wasn't even close. So I think we've got it now. Yes. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to tell you thanks for purchasing our trailer from National RV Detroit. And if you have questions, you call us. We'll talk it through it. We'll work it out. And thank you very much.